Welcome back to another brand new exciting episode of Video Ditch. As always, joined by me, Sam, and Nick. And today we've got two special guests on the show today with us. Nick, please give them the intro treatment.
For years and years, people have pretended to like a little game called Buck Bumble. They listen to the song and they say, biggity buck to the bam to the bass, buck to the bam to the bass. They don't know where it's from. They don't know what it's about. They don't understand the gameplay, and frankly, they don't understand gaming. But today we've got someone here who looked at that old game, that old classic, and said, what if we took some of the nicer qualities from that? What if we took that omnidirectional movement? We took the firing of weapons. We took some of that Armored Core style, pure power, that excitement and blasting ability. And we were to put it into a brand new game, Under the Sea. We were to put it in a game where you're a little shrimp, one of the commonly considered weakest creatures on the planet Earth. We gave it the ability to annihilate civilizations, the ability to level the moon, similar to Vash from the hit series Trigun. And the result is Shrimp Game. Currently, the iteration Shrimp Game Krill confirmed. A game you can now play on your very own Steam client. It's a fantastic game. It's great to kill things in it. We were actually playing it earlier, and I did very well. I killed everyone. Everyone cheered and clapped and said how great I was. I'm in the middle of something, if you don't mind.
Okay.
And but join us today. We've got the creator of that fantastic game, Gas God, and also his pet voice actor and friend of mine, 910. So welcome, fellas.
Thank you for joining us today.
Hi.
Yes.
Hey, I just wanted to say, krill. That's krill to you. You're krilling your friends. You're krilling enemies. Come on.
Sure,
I just want to say pet. I'm more like an associate.
Is that what he told you?
I don't know this guy.
Yeah. All right.
So we'll get down to the bottom of it in today's episode. Before we do that, would both of you like to introduce yourselves and let the viewers know what it is you do at Shrimp with Shrimp?
Well, at Shrimp Game Headquarters LLC, I'm the chief developer, CEO. I'm the maker. I'm the creator, and I code the game. I make the game. I rely on assets from various talented artists in the Twitter and Fiverr and 4chan community. I have a designated SFX / original soundtrack guy named Glue Man. He's a nice Russian dude, and I've known him for about 3 years, just totally on a whim. I just got hooked up on Discord, and it's kind of how these things go, just Discord relationships. I don't know any of these people,
That's how marriages start.
I guess. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, and I'm 910. I was some homeless guy living outside of Shrimp Game LLC. Gas pretty much said I sound like him, and he liked my voice. I played his game on my Twitch stream, and we seemed to kind of just vibe together. And now I guess I'm the de facto announcer. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. I'm currently.
We'll see.
I'm commissioning. See. Yeah, I'm commissioning 910 to do over a krill, triple krill. That whole thing. Because I think that
krill.
Exactly. I mean, that's perfect.
Sneak peek.
Yeah, I mean, I might just scrape that and not pay you. But,
Yeah.
Could you get us a little more examples?
Yeah.
A couple more examples.
Yeah.
Godlike. Grilling spree.
We had a Kilimanjaro.
Yeah.
If you don't pay me, I swear to fucking God.
Yeah, I've been paying 910 partially by donating in his live Twitch streams while he plays Drunk Mario Party.
Oh,
yeah.
He's doing.
Yeah, boosting
Here's
those
10
numbers.
subs for that hour of work you did the other day.
Yeah. Here's $100 because the stream is so good.
Well, beautiful. Thank you both for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, classic episode of Video Ditch. We'll learn their influences, their journey as gamers that brought them to this point.
Maybe even a little bit about ourselves.
Maybe, if we're lucky. Shall we begin with just gaming in general, where that began for both of you?
How'd you get into it? Mm-hmm.
I'll let Gas go first on that one.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say partially why I like 910 is because I'm also a RuneScape Zoomer.
Oh.
Or whatever you're a Zillennial, right, 910? Like you're roughly my age. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think we're all the same age on this panel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever that cusp is. So I grew up playing, of course, Nintendo classics. I kind of started backwards. My dad found a NES in the dumpster one day, and we're too poor to afford a console. I wasn't like on the street, but you know what I mean.
Mm.
And that was my first console, and then I got a Game Boy Color, GBA, just whatever a 8-year-old would have in the late '90s, early 2000s, essentially. And and then played online games. Like I probably lived on RuneScape for 2 years, and that feels like a long time when you're a kid, of course.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Buck Bumble, and I did own a Nintendo 64. I loved N64, but I honestly didn't know Buck Bumble existed until like 2 years ago when people were like, "This is a Buck Bumble." Like, I'm like, okay, oh, this is a meme game. I see. It's like at your monologue, you said people pretend to like it. I think that's mostly correct, but there is a market for meme games.
I've never met someone who's actually played Buck Bumble. I've never played it.
There you go.
Yeah,
I've played it.
I've never.
Yeah,
That's some
well,
serendipity right there.
It's a stinger.
I guess. I mean, Buck to the Bumble, the OST does so much of the work, and so it's
the bump to the bass.
And honestly, bros, maybe that's all we should say about it, because I think the only thing it really shares Shrimp Game is the fact that there's a wacky animal character protagonist. It's third person, and it's like roughly 6 degrees of movement shooter, right? That's what they call it.
6 degrees of freedom.
6 degrees of freedom. That's another genre I legitimately did not know existed at all.
I was wondering when I was playing the demo if that was like if those old titles were any of the inspirations, but it also felt detached from it as well in a way.
This is outsider art. This is new stuff, man.
Dude, well, I have this philosophy. I don't want to make a game. I've never wanted to make a game that's been done before. And that sounds, a little pretentious, but I'm with video games, and I'm sure you guys are all video game fans, right? We all like video games, yeah?
Oh, I hate games.
You hate them?
All right, guys, thanks for coming on. We're just going to have to cut it short today.
This is actually, Web3. This is an elaborate AI startup podcast.
Yeah, we're trading AI models for game devs. You caught us. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay.
Man.
So what?
Well, I mean,
everyone's doing it.
I'm sure we all have our opinions and our strong opinions. And one of my opinions is that I'm a big novelty seeker. Like ultra popular games like Minecraft, when I remember when it came out, and just like knowing immediately the repercussions, like, oh, dude, this is going to be massive. Like, this is going to change everything. Like, why is it? Basically, you get that feeling of why has someone not done this yet? You know what I mean? And I don't think Shrimp Game's to that caliber at all, because it is just kind of a distillment of various ideas. But I love seeing that in the medium, and I hope that continues. Just being blown away. Like, you see a review, and it's like, oh, like, yes, finally someone's doing this. Like, this only existed in my subconscious, and now someone has articulated it perfectly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and exactly.
Shrimp Game is not necessarily that. It's just I want it to be a venue for people to krill their friends, and like LARP being a shrimp, and and we can talk about its influences and stuff later. But I hope to make a game like that one day, but that's like the pinnacle, right? Everyone wants to do that.
A truly original work. Yeah,
right.
You commit to the shrimp puns like Mortal Kombat commits to the Ks.
It's
very admirable.
Second nature, I imagine, at this point. Yeah.
You ever just let krill slip in regular life? I'm gonna krill you. I mean, kill you.
I mean, like I think I told my wife the other night that I'm gonna de-vein and de-shell her or something.
There you go. Yeah.
No,
it's just on my mind, Kyle.
I told you I'm media trained, bros. Can't be helped.
Can't be beat either. Beautiful.
Can't be kelped.
There you go. Okay. So you got your loyal lieutenant here to keep you
your
on
lieutenant.
track.
Hot potato 910.
910. Where'd your history with medium begin? And when did games become art for you?
Well, it's actually kind of funny. Almost in essence, like almost word for word, I had like the same upbringing as Gas. So like, my family was kind of poor, and my dad found his old Nintendo from when he was a kid and kind of gave it to me, and I just started playing like the games he grew up with, like Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3, Dr. Mario, like the classics on like the NES. And I kind of just grew up playing pretty much hand-me-downs from my dad. When I first got a GameCube, playing Sunshine on release day as a kid, I still remember it. That was 2002, and it was definitely something. I think in terms of like an art form, it wasn't until like I was searching through my dad's collection and I found his copy of Earthbound, like actual Earthbound, not like some fake repo, quirky Earthbound indie RPG. And I was like 7, 8 years old at the time, and playing RPGs as like a kid is not something you really do. You just look at the graphics and go, wow, it's cute. But I think that was the first RPG I actually like played through to completion, and it kind of just stuck with me ever since. And like I said, I love the Mother series. I love RuneScape. I grew up playing RuneScape from like 2003 to
polar opposites of storytelling.
whole opposites of storytelling. Yeah,
absolute worlds apart.
It's the beauty of the medium, baby.
Well, are you fellas RS vets at all, or any MMO or anything?
Third Mike would be playing RuneScape. Is probably playing RuneScape right now.
Yeah, Jake, if you're listening, which you probably aren't, but if you are, I'm sure you're playing RuneScape right now.
Bro, rest in peace. Rest in peace.
It's funny with RuneScape. The first thing you do in the game after like making your character is fish and cook a shrimp.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
take that as you will, viewers and listeners. It could mean anything.
It could mean anything. In my professional opinion, I think this is the actual true real inspiration for Gas to make Shrimp Game. Is he burnt that shrimp? He burnt it, and he became like pissed, and ever since he wanted the shrimp to rise up.
Destroy all shrimp. Yes,
I get. Yeah, I didn't think of it that way, but there's something to it. You mentioned
analysis.
Mario Sunshine. I forgot to mention Mario 64 and the other Mario games as being huge influences on me. I haven't met many like actual Sunshine diehards though. That's interesting.
We've had a few on the show.
Oh yeah, the younger generation loves Sunshine.
Yeah. Must be the Zoomer,
the kids like water.
Must be something in the water.
Yeah, the beach scene, and also like I had this when I was 9 years old, so it's the best thing in the world type beat maybe. Which is fine. It's valid, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. Same reason I like, Final Fantasy 7 and Mario 64 so much.
Yes.
Right on. So, is it safe to assume that like that era of gaming holds more value than I'd say maybe the last 10 years or so to you personally?
For me, I would say it does. Mm-hmm. I think mediums have their quote unquote golden age. I don't think anyone should be too rigid.
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
When like looking at a broader view of, quality and art form and everything, but just the like innovation technological limitations and everything. I think most people our age at least would agree that like fifth, sixth gen console gaming was probably like peak AAA gaming. It seems like most people, would.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. I think
I remember in like 2010 getting. Oh, sorry, man.
No, go for it.
I was going to say in 2010, when everyone was trying to copy the Wii, in 7th gen, I was like, oh, okay, this is becoming a different thing. Like this is becoming less about what I'm into and more about, more accessible, but also just more soulless cash grabs. I think like late 7th gen is when I started noticing like, but also, you turn into a jaded teen around that time. Naturally.
Right. Yeah. You have the opportunity to go online and say, does anyone else think this is bad? And everyone else is like, yes, you're right. Never change your mind. We all agree with you. And you're like, wow, goddamn, I guess I'm a genius.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it was around the 7th gen, like when everyone had access to online features and going into Call of Duty like lobbies and just screaming at each other. It's kind of when gaming started to like slow down, in my opinion. Like it felt more like a cash grab and less about innovation and trying to actually make something.
Yeah, in the AAA sphere, I'd absolutely say so.
I could echo that sentiment that these days it doesn't feel so much about pushing the medium forward in terms of like gameplay. It's more just spectacle these days. And like you said, like accessible cash grabs. They're more gaming at times these days. Really just feels like a mechanism for companies to take money from us, money and time.
Absolutely.
And so I understand the animosity towards AAA. But I'm always trying to, keep an open mind about, the potential of these big budget projects. Potentially every now and then there's something big that I do feel.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
Sam is waiting with bated breath for that Star Fox remake.
Oh,
I want the AAAs to just do better. That's my philosophy. I want them. I want to see them do good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them fail. But if gaming keeps going the way it is, we're going to see another gaming crash in the next.
I predicted the same thing for years. I was like, man, we're teetering on the edge here.
You would think, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, people are still buying these games. More people are buying these games than ever before, and they're not only buying it; they're continuing to funnel money into it after buying it for years.
It's an interesting
at least on the
thing.
monoliths. Yeah,
I think to have grown up with the medium and to have lived with these periods of time with like great innovation within short spans of time, and then to see a plateau. It's been very interesting.
There's that famous copy pasta, I'm sure at least two of you have seen, where it's like, what did I say?
I'm just wondering who the odd one out here is.
Okay, that it's like, essentially like it was a picture of 95, so Final Fantasy 6, and then 97 or whatever, 98 Ocarina, and then 2001, and it was like, I don't know, some grand MMO, and like the innovation packed within that time frame is massive. Whereas like the average Zoomer experience or anyone younger, which like doesn't make them bad, we would have been in this boat too had we just been born a decade later, was just like Fortnite essentially for 8 years. Right? Basically being tethered to a live service game that it does exactly how you insinuate the time extraction, effort extraction. And that is not the type of game I want to make. Like, I do not want to make a extremely dopaminergic hijacking experience. Like, that sucks. I don't like the disparagement of quote unquote friend slop games on social media. I don't resonate with that, because if anything, that's exactly how multiplayer games should be to me, in my opinion. And besides,
it's a joyous thing.
Yeah, it's like you just do. It's like a surrogate activity you do with your friends. Like if you live away with them, you just play. It's like a little vacation game. You just play it a little bit.
Way to spend
it's
quality time.
Yeah, like we were just talking about MMOs like RuneScape. Like obviously, I know what that is. It's a Skinner's box, and it has a lot of soul. It has a lot of charm. But like that's a bummer that most games are somewhere in between gambling, advertisements, and just straight resource extraction. It sucks.
It is crazy. On that token, how do you remain uncynical, or how do you avoid being jaded? What do you do personally to try and keep your spirits up these days?
I play RuneScape.
Like the opposite.
Yeah, there we go. And I take the heroin and I just put it right back in my.
No,
shit.
I guess from my perspective, and this might be a little like going into like the content creation side. I'm sorry. Seeing like indie games, seeing all these like up and coming creators make these games out of just pure love for the genre, rather than trying to become like the next like Toby Fox or whatever, or blow up in popularity.
Yeah,
it really does like still give me that that spark of hope. I would say that that gaming as an art form is still alive somewhere. You know what I mean?
It's very
I
alive.
agree.
Like seeing
echo that completely.
Yeah,
like seeing all of AGDG. Well, like all 6 developers there actually make games and want to see their game like succeed, but not particularly like financially. They want to just see other people play their game so they can improve themselves. Is kind of what drives me and keeps me going.
Yes, the love of the game. It's
the love
real.
Of the game. Yeah,
right.
As long as
I want to do what I can to support that.
Yeah, same here. That's all. That's all we're doing. Yeah.
Platonically, in a vacuum, I totally wholeheartedly agree. I think I'm cynical in a different way. I'm very much a doomer, just broadly speaking, and I kind of always have. But I kind of feel like this medium, unfortunately, specifically the indie scene, will succumb to a similar malaise that other digital art has within the last 10 years, where they're tied to these, live service quasi monopolies. Steam. Shouts out to Valve. Don't take down Shrimp Game. But
evil, but
well, like for instance, where I'm going with this, Shrimp Game is currently in Next Fest for June 26, and there is literally quite literally 1,000 more games than 4 months ago on the Next Fest so far. I think maybe it's like 950, and so it's like 3,900 to 4,900. So yeah, Sam, I bet you know where I'm going with this. I think that unfortunately, we might have a slot problem on our hands soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the medium will suffer in a similar way that like an aspiring musician suffers on a Spotify platform, where literally like 6-figure songs are uploaded a day, and that's before AI, right? Like, I think it's unfortunate that there potentially is great innovation and great ideas that has, a survivorship bias to it, and that we'll never hear about it. We'll never access it. It'll just be buried by the algorithm. Not everyone can afford, Instagram reel advertisements like Shrimp Game did, or get lucky with Iron Pineapple, or even like get just some AGDGs to play it. I hope that still remains, and I bet there will be niche communities that foster that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty pessimistic, honestly, bros.
That's a fair take to have, and I love the nuance of it. Because I do want to be hopeful, but you bring up very prescient points.
It's krilling his enthusiasm, if you could say.
Yeah, man.
Get this fucking guy out of here.
Yeah, man. You guys.
I gotta go
can
rethink my life.
Totally edit this out if it's not.
No.
I think this is
absolutely.
exactly.
We would never be like, hey, tell us your opinion. Oh, that was the wrong opinion.
Yeah. Too spicy.
Yeah. No. I mean, it is true. For every person we find, and for every interesting game we find, and for every interesting developer we find, there's got to be 20 to 100 more who hold those same values and have the same interesting idea. And it just so happens that I didn't see them that day on Twitter or on the discovery queue, so I never found out about this game, and it fell through the cracks. Even as tight as a sieve, as I like to believe that we are with finding good and interesting things and interesting developers to talk to. That is a fact that there are a lot of people who just never get seen just by pure luck of the draw, and it is tragic.
Yes, and as 910 knows, my first game. The only reason I'm here today is because people gave my first game a try, which was a multiplayer, essentially only game, and I grew a little Discord community that was right before COVID. Really good timing, but with the ability to essentially just churn out semi-decent browser games now, especially if you know what you're doing. But even if you don't know what you're doing, you're just producing more noise. Like, I got some traction on Reddit, like Play My Web Game Reddit. And, Reddit is notoriously awful for shilling anything.
Yes, they hate you.
They hate you.
Yes. Play this other guy's game. Absolutely. Play my game. Kill yourself. Die.
Krill yourself.
Yeah. Upvote.
Upvote.
I'm sorry.
Upvote, shrimp boat, whatever.
Yeah, upvote. And you're fucking, just, anyway, yeah, man, it's kind of sad. I just, I think the communal aspect will be extremely important. And I think that's why things like Roblox are flourishing so much. They have a stranglehold on Gen A. And I think a lot of that has to do with just like, yeah, man, it's a platform. Like all your friends are on it. You can just like click a button and start playing a new game, That's what, that's where your friends are.
It's quite
it's too much access, I think.
But, what do you mean?
Just like having everything at our fingertips kind of mentality. It just, it inundates you with too much, and you can become numb to things.
I think Roblox is evil. I think kids should go back to going on Newgrounds and
they should be playing Pico's School.
Honestly, I think Pico's School when I was like 12. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I'm doing great.
I turned out fine.
Yeah.
We're doing this podcast now.
Teletubby Massacre or Bang Britney Spears,
Dad
like all that.
Kramer's Hentai Adventure.
Kramer's Hentai Adventure.
First time this has been a...
Hey, Hightail Hall. All I'm saying. Hear me out.
All right, so I'm using this as my official channel to say I am leaving the Shrimp Game voice acting community. I do not support Hightail Hall.
I thought you were gonna say like, I got a better offer voicing in Kramer's Hentai Adventure 5.
5. Yeah.
God, I wish. You want to talk about a kickstart to my career?
Yeah,
Yeah,
meat
making
and
the
fuck
announcement.
shrimp edition.
Yeah.
Mean fuck shrimp kingdom.
Yeah,
Shrimp scampi.
yeah, I don't hate
Hate that. Find it on Newgrounds this summer.
Think about it. Yeah, April Fools. Think about that meat and fuck shrimp kingdom.
Jesus.
But look for it. So yeah, going back, you guys were talking about AGDG. That's the amateur game development threads on 4chan, right? Is that where you kind of got your start making games and showcasing them and all that?
Yes. I don't know how 910 stumbled on those, if he was just purely a lurker or an aspiring dev, but that's where I started in around 2019. I wanted to make a cool online.io game, like a browser game, because and I'm sure maybe 910 remembers this. Back in the day, like probably more than 10 years ago at this point, in like 2012, 2011, there used to be these flavor of the month game threads on 4chan's video game board V.
Oh man, dude, you're bringing back memories.
where people would get hooked on like maybe a browser game, maybe a download game like Ace of Spades, Realm of the Mad God, Tribes Ascend, like games that talk about that communal aspect, had this recurrent player base because everyone would share memes and know-how about them. Shouts out to Ace of Spades. I love that game. And I wanted to recreate that because I thought it was so cool. And I was just like, look, my goal is just to have people play my game with me and have a good time. And I did accomplish that with my first game, God of the Arena Dungeon, which was like a little MS Paint, Realm of the Mad God.io arena game that was pretty fun that I think 910 played.
You love GoTad?
It was fun. And yeah, the community itself has definitely been better. And we were talking before we were recording that it's interesting how so much of 4chan culture is kind of inundated like the greater culture, just kind of like how Tumblr did. Like,
Yes.
I think, you know,
It's very strange.
it's very strange. Like Tumblr, I think Tumblr had the 2010s and now 4chan has the 2020s, where kids are talking about looks maxing and, you know, rope maxing and
yeah,
like,
man. At my
know.
fucking office job, you got the HR lady saying that, you know, she's coffee maxing. It's weird.
I think I saw that webcomic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah,
It
man.
becomes the popular culture.
Coffee mugs tea.
Interesting.
Well, it reminds me of this quote that I heard where almost every major ideological movement of the 20th century originated in coffee shops in Vienna in like a 20-year span. Like basically like Central European coffee stores, you know, cafes where people would discuss ideas and then it would foment into something greater, sometimes, you know, at a ridiculous degree. And I know we're just talking about like video games
Cultural
and stuff,
movements.
but yeah, it's wild. So
It was wild.
I don't think I'm not ashamed to talk about that, you know, that time in my life because it provided me with a player base and I know plenty of people from that scene, 910, you know, it is what it is, you know, and now there's
It is
kind of
what it
these,
is.
I liked
it's
Ninja.
kind of, oh yeah, Top Ninja.
Top Ninja, let's go.
Top Ninja was a character that you could go invisible with and ambush people, and he was like a total
Ganking
troll
people.
class. Yeah. Anyway, bros, I'll stop yapping about 4chan.
No, it's
Always
integral part of
fascinating to hear
the
people's
start.
stories.
Yeah.
As for my aspect on AGDG, I knew about it a little bit. Like I would occasionally just like check it out to see if anyone was making anything interesting. But it wasn't until 2019, COVID came in strong. E3 was canceled, and I was just browsing V, bored as fuck, and I saw someone make a thread for a game show called, like they were working on something called V3. And I got in contact with them, and I helped actually run the first couple of V3s. It helped co-host
Nice.
it. That really brought my aspect into AGDG like a lot stronger because I was the one going into the AGDG threads trying to get people to like submit their games and just seeing what people were actually making almost every other day. First year, everyone thought we were just like some grifting fucks, and then the second year, people actually submitted real games. They submitted some like. AGDG is the start for some of like the most popular games now. Actually, like fucking what is it? Like One
Risk of Rain,
One
right?
Hug That Gamer and Snoop Game came from Aggie.
Right.
There's a theory that Toby Fox was fucking browsing Aggie when he was making Undertale.
Yeah. Risk
Yeah.
of Rain guy.
Risk of Rain. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. there's like a lot of Aggie games that are like really
Ivy
popular.
Slay, Yomi Hustle, which is that turn-based stickman fighting game.
that fighting
which is
game.
sick.
Mhm.
Yeah. guys might wanna
Devil
interview
Spire Falls and shit like that.
If I can, I will. Yeah,
Like,
let's,
I'm
just
just
say
looking-
let's just throw Pizza Tower on there too. Why not?
Yep. I mean, Pizza
Yeah.
Tower. I mean,
Yeah.
McPig was like an Aggie deck here.
There
Dude,
you go.
McPig is still in my server from the GoTad days 9-10. He's like, he hasn't played with us in like 6 years. You know, he's a millionaire now, but it was an honor. I had no
Major
idea who he
League.
was. Yeah, Major League. He's a cool guy. Pizza Tower all-time game, of course.
But I mean, like, you have all these developers. You have all these, like, what kept me coming back after I left V3 and essentially joined the VGAs. You have these people. You have all these talented developers that pretty much don't get any recognition on like Twitter or social media and shit like that, just because they exclusively, more or less, like advertise to 4chan. And it's a shame. It's a shame. There's so many talented devs on there that want to see their game succeed, and I want to do what I can to like help them out. So I go like I'm pretty much on AGDG almost every other day at this point, just seeing what people are like deving and stuff like that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I found some
Excellent,
really good games on there too.
Anything you
Yeah,
want to share, or do we want to just like move past
Hey,
it?
you want to shout someone out? Go ahead.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
Demo days.
Go play fucking Fly Knight. Go play Devil Spire. Go
Ercolite.
Yeah. Go play go play Geno Kids. Go play fucking
Geno-
Poke All Toads.
Yeah, Poke All Toads. That's right.
Yeah, no, the
Poke
Poke
All
All Toads dev
Toads.
is great. When I was doing my AGDG showcase last year on my stream, they came in like an hour late and they're like, "Oh no, I missed it." And I was like, "Oh, dude, I will go back and play your game. I love it." And they're like, "Oh my god, thank you." And they're sweet. They're really cool.
It's wonderful. Another wonderful thing I think about indie development.
Toshin
is how
Jint.
personable
Go play Toshin Jint. Sorry,
it's very good.
that's it.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah,
You interrupted Sam Kuhn.
Sam Kuhn. Oh man,
Sam
but thank
Kuhn.
you. No, I was just expressing how much I appreciate how personable the indie gaming community is, because everything does feel so personal. On that note, when did you get into game dev, Gas?
2019. Like I said, I wanted to make a cool browser game. I knew it had to be browser because people on that scene aren't going to download a game. And WebSockets have come far enough, which is essentially a very accessible way to do network games on the browser. That's essentially the bedrock that all those classic .io games were built on. And I definitely would have been a kid playing those .io games had I been born a little, like 6 years later or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
that was a sick scene, and the fact that there's a game called DUP.io, which is essentially multiplayer bubble tanks with a huge, expansive evolutionary class tree system. So like you spec into being like a cannon shooter, and then you're like a double cannon shooter, that kind of thing.
okay.
Yeah.
And I just thought those were such a effective, elegant way of designing a game where it's a super simple, accessible gameplay loop TM.
Yeah,
But there's so much breadth. There's so much replayability because there's so many classes. It makes you want to play more and explore, and that's exactly how I build my games today. Even like GoTad or Shrimp Game.
I was gonna say you
where-
can feel that mindset with Shrimp.
Yeah.
immediately, yeah.
It's like, well, okay, third person shooting, you're killing fish or whatever. Like, I'm not stupid. I know I can't do that as well as like a Returnal or even like necessarily like an Ace of Seafood, which also I didn't know existed before I made Shrimp Game. Like, I know I probably can't make something as engrossing as that just purely on shooting. So I want to give the players like an expansive array of options to, a reason to replay with the elemental fusions or the shrimp platforms or the classes or what have you. Like, I think that design template is really cool where it's like breadth over depth. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah, player expression being like the forefront, super important.
Right. Like even a game like, thou who shall not be named, like League of Legends, like a MOBA, like honestly, that's one of the reasons why MOBAs are so popular. Like, you're just clicking around, but you have like 300 characters or whatever, like, or how much insane, ways to play there is. And it's like, well, even if this guy is like blue and he shoots ice instead of fire, like usually that's enough for the player to be like, okay, like I'm going to get really good at this.
Still feels different enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, then I suppose should we just get into shrimp game proper? Unless you got any more burning questions about the past.
No, I want to know, what is it? What the hell is shrimp game?
What the fuck is shrimp game?
Yeah.
Let's see.
In your own words.
Confirmed.
Shrimp game, Krill confirmed, is a solo or multiplayer third-person. No, it's like so like I really like the game Kirby's Air Ride. You know, Kirby Air Ride for GameCube, right?
Okay.
I haven't even played the sequel yet.
I was going to say, any thoughts on the sequel?
Okay. No, man, I haven't played it. I'm not going to buy Switch 2, probably.
Valid.
Well, they got to give me more to work with. But yeah, it's like I think Sakurai is really smart in the way that he's designed his games to be, you know, a very fun couch experience with that like breadth over depth mindset, where it's like, okay, with Smash, it's like, well, these fighting games are really fun. There's something about them, but also they're opaque and they're hard to master. Like, you know, they're kind of, you know, Street Fighter 2, which is, you know, the daddy fighting game, was kind of designed with the arcade in mind, and the arcade in mind is we want players to put quarters into this machine. And so if it takes them a while to master Hadouken, so be it, you know. And it's cool because, you know, it gives you this feeling of mastery and like, oh man, you know, Sam, he's really insane, you know, like he's a bit. But with Smash, obviously, it's for a console. You know, it's a different friction when you're playing it, and it's for a wide audience because, you know, you got to play as Pikachu, right? And so, you know, how does he do it? It's like, well, he just makes a billion characters that you know and love, and the gameplay at the end of the day is either shooting things or punching things, right? Like, you know, that's reductive, but Air Ride is even more in that way, like another Sakurai game where it's literally 2 buttons. You just zoom around the map. I remember getting it when I was a kid for Christmas and thinking like, oh, dude, this is just worse Mario Kart. Why would I want to play this? Like, you know, but that's not really the point. The point is that it's a like framework to express this, you know, I hate using the gameplay loop meme, but, you know, the gameplay loop with the city trial that's kind of like a proto battle royale where you explore this map and collect power-ups and avoid other players or encounter other players. And it feels like the beauty of it, and God of the Arena Dungeon kind of has this too, where every game feels like a little story. You know, like in an arena FPS, like a Quake or a Halo, you know, which was around the same time, of course. Like once you know where the power weapons are, you kind of know what you're doing. Like once you know how to use all the weapons and you know map control, like you kind of can play the game the same way. But with some game like Air Ride or like modern battle royales, let's be honest, like, you know, I played a lot of PUBG when that came out. And if that outs me as a normie, so be it. It was a good time.
Don't worry about it, man. Yeah.
You know, every game feels unique. Like there's a memorable, you know, be it location, player interaction, or build. In Kirby Air Ride's case, like I'm going to make a heavy character. I'm going to make a thing. There's just so many parts of that game and the proto BR-ness about it that I wanted to replicate essentially with a better gameplay shell. Like because I didn't find just like zooming around the map, holding the stick and barely pressing A sometimes that compelling. And lo and behold, there are like, and no shade to these people, I know a few of them, there are like Kirby Air Ride clones being developed, and there is Kirby Air Riders, which was pretty successful, I suppose.
It's on there.
But and you know, in retrospect, I'm glad I tried to do my own thing, like where, okay, instead of just zooming around on a star, like let's do something unique. Why don't you just like pilot a shrimp? Like why aren't like it started as like a submarine? Like why don't you just pilot a little submarine? Oh no, let's make them a cute seahorse. Actually, no, let's make them a shrimp because, you know, shrimps are in vogue. You know,
so that was the design process. It went from sub game to seahorse game to shrimp game.
Yeah, it's like I had a little seahorse mesh that I was using that was provisional, and like I was just trying to make like a slower pace, kind of like lift off the ground slowly, you know, movement drag, you know what I mean? Like where everything's like kind of heavily lerped, like you're murky underwater, you know, kind of deal, like you're heavy. Like I was like, oh, this could be cool. And then I had that seahorse and I was like, wait, he should be a shrimp. You know, shrimps are fun. I love shrimp.
What's the appeal of the sea for a setting for you, as a setting for you?
I thought the movement mechanics could be interesting. Like,
okay,
I wanted,
yeah,
I kind of wanted to make it like a 6 degrees of freedom thing where you could move up and down. I was like, well, yeah, you could have a jetpack or whatever, but
it could be space or
space. But it's like, shrimp are fun. I could justify this like weird little anchor pressure mechanic this way, like, which is definitely the most opaque part of the game. Like, most people are just annoyed by the pressure mechanic, but then I'm like, well, we can't have players, go into the uppermost
just
corner
zooming
of the
up.
map.
Yeah,
Then they'll never interact. So it's been made a little bit better. But anyway, long story short, it's like, I think this gameplay motif is cool, of exploring a map, getting more powerful over the course of like a 10-minute game. Killing other players.
Yes, the slaughter,
and every game is different, and there's many classes to try. So
there's lots of decisions to be made, like in the moment, and then even before you start a match as well, which I think is very cool.
Yeah, and it's cool. I think it's cool that the player can't necessarily always make the same build. Like, sometimes the stat rolls, like in Air Ride, like, you can't control which stats you get. It's RNG. So sometimes you have to make, min-maxed weight build, or like, speed build or whatever, because that's just what you're given available. So it's more emergent. It's like, it's fresh. You're kind of forced into the hand that you're dealt. You have to maximize that. And sometimes you kind of have to do a similar thing in Shrimp Game. There is a little bit more top-down control, but it makes every game different. And it probably won't be as addictive as like a BR or whatever. But I just wanted to give players something to chew on, because if it was just like an arena shooter, that would get boring quickly.
Yeah.
The extra element of the enemies on the field with you is a nice touch. And the boss, like, coming out at the end. I didn't know that was going to be a thing when we played. So
the whole mechanic.
Always fun to unravel.
Yeah, man. And in Air Ride, you just break boxes and to get stats. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, it's also like
Dynamite
2003. Yeah, exactly. Like, 2003 limitations. I don't know what he's dealing with, and BRs don't really have NPCs to kill, but extraction shooters do now, and those are pretty popular. Like, and I obviously designed this before those really blew up, but yeah, like, I think it's more engrossing to kill shit and blow stuff up. Like little worms, beta fish, whatever. Like, it's fun.
Yeah, it's all on theme. It all makes sense. It all flows. The law of the sea, the rules of nature.
Yeah, like I want the game to feel chaotic. Maybe you're hard focusing a mini boss, and maybe 910 comes over with Bumpsy, and he like wants to help me kill this mini boss, and then we fight over its loot. Or maybe he just wants to grief me and hard target me while I'm just
kill you. And then I'll turn the game off, and then I'll laugh.
Right.
Exactly.
How has the process of balancing the game been for you, Gaz? Has it been particularly challenging, or have things kind of just like, have they clicked?
Yeah. How many multiplayer devs do you guys talk to?
How many has it been?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of how many. Not many. Clearly, if we have to like pause and think about.
Mostly single player, honestly.
Yeah, mostly single player games.
No, I'm not. It's not like even a rhetorical question. I would be curious because I'd like to know how people do balance. Because in Shrimp Game's case, I got lucky and had this pre-established mini fan base and of other developers too, from AGDG and of GoTad fans that kind of stuck around after I slowed down development there, and then like, we would play multiplayer games with other devs. I would see them in Discords or on threads and be like, hey, you should join my Discord. I liked the look of your game. And most of the time I was telling the truth. And like, we should play games together. We should play test. And almost invariably, it was always the right decision because I've met some really cool people, and even people that were like, more socially anxious or whatever. It was good for them because, they had something to do once a month, and they got to play their multiplayer game that would arguably have no players, oftentimes otherwise, and we would give them, feedback. And some of those people have gone on to do other stuff, or some are still working on their game, So it was very fortuitous to have a pre-established Discord. So balance came, just from play testing. Yeah, like I mentioned. There. Yeah, like the game was a lot slower paced initially, and then people kept saying like, I don't know about this, and I don't know if I can say this on stream, so this is where you can cut this out. But
yeah, sure.
I would get intoxicated some nights.
Oh, you're fine.
I think you're fine.
We're age restricted now. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't get drunk. I would get intoxicated, and I would sit down and,
substances.
Right, and I would play my game, and it would give me a fresh perspective, because developers, I don't know how many times you hear this, but often get total tunnel vision with their projects. They play test it to death, so they get biased towards it.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was something that happened to you, or you found that I'm at the top of this skill ceiling, so I can't possibly relate to a new player's experience with the game.
Yes, the common man.
Yes, because you adapt to the mechanics. Obviously, you made the mechanics the way they were, but one unspoken thing is that often you just get acclimated to shitty mechanics. And it's not even about being accessible. It's just shitty. It's like, oh, well, it's not that bad. You just need to, hold down shift.
Yeah, you forgive it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's your baby. But it's like, dude, this baby stinks. No one.
You gotta kill it.
Yeah, it's like, people were like, okay, shrimps are fun. Shooting stuff is fun. These elements are cool. But here's two things I don't really like, and then you just reflect and it's like, okay, is there something to this? 3 people have said this now, so let's just try this other thing. You have to, with any kind of development, but especially multiplayer development, I think you just have to swallow your pride over and over again.
I could imagine, yeah. On that note, you can play through the whole campaign in multiplayer. Was it designed with that in mind? Was it before or after the kind of arena mode came together?
Honestly, dude, it was way after.
Okay.
The multiplayer was fun enough, and I had some micro publishers that played with me and showed a little bit of interest, but everyone is trepidatious to sell a multiplayer only game on Steam, which is super understandable because, players will boot it up, throw on the server browser or whatever, so players and dip. And then you have this feedback.
No reason to,
exactly.
Around,
and you see that with AAA multiplayer games some shitty Overwatch clone, number 47, where
Dead on arrival.
DOA. They start people look at Steam charts more than they actually play the game, because it's almost well, should I even play this? Oh, 1,000 people or 1,000 less people are playing than last week. This game's dying. I shouldn't even play this. It's a feedback loop, and people by nature want to play what their friends are playing, what's popular, because we're competitive people. Boys, men have a competitive gene by and large. It's the type of people that play that, and part of that is competing in a domain that is actually relevant. So where that has to do with shrimps, I don't know, but I'll stop yapping so much, bros. I'm sorry.
No.
That's the whole point of the show. That's the whole reason you're here.
Okay, well, yeah, I developed the multiplayer, publishers and some players that I'm very close to that have wanted me to succeed are like, dude, you need to develop some kind of campaign. You need to develop either a wave-based game, Risk of Rain, or you need to do a real campaign. And so I didn't actually start implementing campaign until 1 year ago, where the gameplay was pretty solid and things were clicking, because we play tested multiplayer so much, and a lot of the movement and all the mechanical stuff was fleshed out. It's like, okay, well, how would I justify this in a campaign? Should I do the Risk of Rain thing? Should I do, I basically just started making extensions off of multiplayer maps and seeing how it played. And I was like, oh, this makes sense. Let's just do this. Let's just make dungeons, essentially.
And narratively, was there anything put together at that point, or was it just the shrimp acronym that you had? And
oh man, that's the weakest part of the game. It's just
we so appreciate the humility.
No, I mean it's so post hoc. I remember this game Atlas came out in 2024.
Oh, the fake MMO, right?
The fake MMO with skunk ass with furry
Whoa.
boobies.
Okay.
Yeah, people were very, very interested in it.
Sam and 19 can Google it.
I think my brother-in-law was playing this. Sounds familiar.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Okay, but the kick side, the flip side is it's actually really good. It's essentially a third-person ARPG with like, yeah, this kind of local MMO simulator feel where you just like boot it up with your friends, you know, and you play different classes, they complement each other, and you go in dungeons, and you know, it's a melee game. It's a excuse me, it's a range game. You know,
Yeah, I think my friends are playing that a little bit.
You should give it a try, dude. It's pretty good. And
the issue is after they stop playing, they all just like jerked each other off. So
yeah, that's the problem is that it gives you raging pecker syndrome. That's the big issue. With it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why I never touched it.
Well, even
you're not touching
even the less the least androgynous character I could play still had like wide hips and you know, like it is what it is. But that taught me a lot about like making an interesting multiplayer campaign.
Make the shrimps sexy.
Yeah, like give them boobs, give them ass, like give them you know, sexy emojis where they spank their ass.
Yeah.
And you know, just like basically
keep going.
Have you guys ever played this game called Juice Galaxy? Otherwise known as Juice World, not associated with the.
I think I have it in my library, but I haven't even opened it.
I don't.
Just because it looks so bizarre.
It's sick.
Yeah, it's that really fucked up looking. Like almost everything looks like a bowling screen animation. Really psychotic 3D. Everything. Yeah.
Yes, dude. Bowling screen. I never heard it that way, but yeah. Shouts out to the developer Fishlicka. This game was in development, I think, even before COVID, but it's essentially you just fly around this big expanse and you find dungeons and you get stronger and stuff. I was like, okay, I'm going to synthesize the best parts of Atlas and the best parts of Juice Galaxy, where, you know, you start in this kind of hub world. So kind of like Juice Galaxy or even like a Demon Souls, you know, I mean, you probably have tons of devs that talk about the Soul series, but
you would think.
Well, I mean, it's Dark Souls 1 is my GOAT, dude. That's top 3 game for me.
It's excellent.
Yeah, like you know, Demon Souls, you're in this hub and you go into these different instances. In Juice Galaxy, you're in this very large, expansive hub, and then you find basically dynamic events to enter these dungeons. And I wanted to do a much minified version of that, more concentrated version. And with Atlas, you know, it's stat upgrades in the form of gear, and that's the treadmill, just like a good ARPG, just like a good Diablo-like, you know. And you get skill upgrades and stats, you know, which is kind of the MMO. And in retrospect, I wish I could have done equipables instead of raw stat upgrades. I think it would be cool if the shrimps were wearing like visors and, you know, power meters and jets and all that.
Yeah, just have your shrimp dressed like Limp Bizkit or something.
I don't know.
That'd be awesome.
Like Fred Durst.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be sick. Yeah, it's like +2 charisma, +3
yeah, minus all your intelligence.
Yeah.
Who needs it? Dump
keep on rolling, baby. Yeah. Those games are super influential, and you know, I actually talk to Atlas Dev and give them my flowers all the time. Just like, hey, you know, I think I'm going to beg them for a co-developer position because I like their project so much. But
I struck gold here.
So to answer your question, basically the campaign was an afterthought that worked out, that people seemed to really like. And since multiplayer was already established, slotting in co-op was super easy and super effective.
Does it scale differently in co-op? Like enemy counts or anything like that? I haven't had the chance to try it.
It does. Task counts and boss difficulty, broadly speaking.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely the bosses could be harder though, and I'm still working on that. Like sometimes you can just dogpile them with 6 shrimp over pretty quickly.
Just give them like 800 times more HP. That's how you balance bosses.
No.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to find the magic sauce for that, because you know, like if your friend rage quits, does the boss lose that buffed HP, or are they gonna, you know, like those kind of questions?
With the art style of the game, visually, it feels pretty specific. Was that always the kind of aesthetic you were aiming for? Kind of like late 90s, early noughts, very polygonal, murky darkness.
Sorta like there are some Twitter artists that were pretty inspirational to me, namely Hein on Twitter, that I don't know if they want to associate with me anymore, even though they birthed Shrimpy, they birthed some of the they kind of created the aesthetic of the game, and I was like, dude, this person has their commissions open. It's 2022. or 3 maybe at that point, and I have money. Like, let's go. Like, let's get this guy to build out the whole game. And he made these assets, and then he kind of had other things to do, which is fine. He didn't sign a contract, and so I had to scramble for some other help. And it so happens that there is other artists doing the PSX style that were sufficient and good and doing their own unique thing. And I knew picking a interesting aesthetic would be very important. I don't want an asset flip game. But also at this point in 2026, year of our Lord, it's kind of milquetoast commenting on PSX style because of how ubiquitous it's become. Like back 5 years ago, it was less so. Like PSX was more novel, like pseudo regalia, things like this were coming out. But I'm so happy I did it because it indexes the Buck Bumble thing a little bit harder, which is cool. Cool by me.
I was wondering if there were like any prototypes in like Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah.
Super HD shrimp.
Any Nintendo hire this man kind of variation.
Hire this shrimp.
Have you guys seen the Mario 64 and Unreal? Focus him.
Yeah. That's the C9. That's what you got to record. You record some triple A voice acting for shrimp.
Force on. Yeah.
No, I actually. My friend did AI generate a GeForce on pick that I'll drop in here. It's actually pretty funny. But like
trippy. You can pick up the balls to increase your experience.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. That's what we were talking about with the AAA thing. Like with development, I had a lot of people say, and like close friends I trust their opinions. Like, dude, you got to make this more obvious. You gotta put arrows down. You got to put
yellow paints.
Yellow paint and then like
yellow coral or something, dude. Come on.
And I'm thinking here, it's like we just said we're all roughly the same age. Like we kind of remember like working for someone.
Isn't the point to explore?
Yeah, exactly. If Mario 64 just told you what fucking painting to go into,
like an arrow pointing you where to go the whole time would be insane.
And I'm not saying my game's at that level, but like Juice Galaxy is a great example where you just spawn. From the last time I played it, you just spawn into this big expanse and you go like fuck around swinging your sword at things until you figure out what to do. And I think that's great.
I think that becomes part of the process of playing the game. I think that's part of the experience. Yeah,
absolutely. And so it's been kind of a jarring experience, like having people I trust and they're right about this basically tell me like, no, bro, you got to add an arrow. Like, I got bored. My niece play tested the game and she got bored in 5 minutes. So, you got to get that number up because people have, streamer brain, dopamine brain.
You got to add Roblox emotes. You got to add memes.
Yeah, like I don't know if
Amazing Digital Circus.
Like, did you guys play Super Mario Wonder?
Oh my God!
I did.
Famously,
I bought it day one, and I really did not like it. It was the biggest waste of money I think I've ever given to Nintendo.
Have you played it in 910?
Sorry, I was looking at V, not actually engaging in any discussion.
That's fine. Just don't acknowledge that you were doing that.
Mario Wonder. Have you played Super Mario Wonder?
I've actually not played Wonder.
Okay. Well, where I'm going with this is that I won't say it's a game for children because Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1985 was a game for children. This is a game for tablet children.
Oh,
that's that too. And like no flame, like people yuck yum whatever do. But like
so much you can just be honest. I already said outright that I felt like I was being spoken down to, like I should be wearing a diaper and have a binky in my mouth when I played it.
Yeah, it's a diaper game.
I feel like that's how it is with like a lot of modern Mario games, though, to be fair.
Yes. Well, that's exactly where I'm going, is that Nintendo made a concerted effort to say, look, our biggest competitor isn't other games, it's the phone. And you can apply this logic to like most mediums at this point, including film, including shows, where like Netflix will literally make content for second screen viewing. Yeah, you know I'm going
about this. Yeah,
mindless shits.
And like I'm sitting here watching this stupid stream slop that my family or my friends told me to watch. Like, God bless their soul. I'm like, dude. Like I just watched Sopranos last year. Like, how do you expect me to watch this? Like, this was written by someone that got their start writing fan fiction, and now they're like re-explaining the exposition 4 times in a row because they assume no one's listening. And so you can apply that to video games too, where it's like, oh, listen to him, lock in him, it's
Focus
sad.
Yeah.
I
Press the
would
B button.
focus in, like, I would make this game more opaque. Like, I would make it
More
the
obtuse,
campaign.
yeah.
Yes, like there's a
Oh, that'd be great.
nice person in the cut out the child bit, but in the discussions.
There's a nice person, nice human being in there.
There's who had some things to say, some update ideas, and the main thing they wanted to say is that they wanted me to add a map to the game. And that's fine. Plenty of games have maps, but I'm like, that's not the game I want to make.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound too pretentious, but like I want the player to kind of fuck around and explore this, like, it's called the backwaters, and it's before the backrooms release. Like, obviously there's a vibe I'm going for. Like, I want you to get lost.
So that's why it's got that crazy taxi-esque arrow pointing in like a general direction.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have a guy who I know IRL who is older than us, and I showed him the game. He was interested, and he says he basically got bored before he even unlocked the first level, which is like all you do is kill a fish and then you're given a big arrow to put a mask on a rock that unlocks the portal. That's it. And he got bored, like, and he said, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, you're 35, dude. Like,
that is crazy.
It is what it is.
Very, very real, sadly.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting for us to be interviewing developers who grew up, when we grew up. So it's like your reference for design is like that era, as opposed to the people that were making those games back then, where like their frames of reference were either not created or like the arcade. Very just something to think about for me.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right, Sam. Like, I think the shared web of media touchstones that we all inhabit, we totally take for granted. And so we cannot assume that Gen Alpha or whoever is going to have the same mores and taste or whatever. I think there are timeless things, of course. Like, I listened to Steely Dan, and I was born in the 90s. Like, and that's kind of a pick me thing to say at this point, but like, yeah. But there's some things that stand the test of time. But like, hey, I mean, when you're playing Cut the Rope, or no, that's even a good game. I don't know, like some so what I mean, like some incomprehensible dopamine blast, like
the shit where it's just like pull the string to make the lava not kill the king or whatever, the Facebook ad games, the fake games, all that shit.
Or just frictionless experiences. I think what you're talking about, with wanting the player to explore, and that's something I feel Nick and I talk about all the time, is the importance of that pushback, the resistance for the player from the dev is good. Being challenged is good.
Yes. And like, the Soul series has proven that correct.
Yeah.
And other things like, a lot of the rogue like, wave is predicated on that. Like, that dying is okay. Noita has to be one of the most ingenious and creative games released in the last like 10 years. And you die all the time in that game. You just catch on fire, and that's it. That's your run. Like, but it makes it so much more real, and it does not tell you what to do, and there's tons of secrets. Shrimp Game's not at that level, but like, I would like players to just go fuck around and
get that sense of
have the ability, or even just to be able to die and to laugh and not want to break your console in half is huge.
Yes. Yeah. Like there's whole best-selling books written on this topic of lack of free play that some kids experienced as a kid, where like kids, if you took them to like McDonald's Playland or Tunnels or whatever they call it in your area, they would ask,
Tunnels is
insane.
Think to the McDonald's Tunnels.
Yeah. McDonald's Tunnels. They would ask, like, what should I do? Rather than just go play.
Rather than,
you know what I mean? Like, rather than just like immediately beelining for the tube or the ball pit or whatever, they're like
heading towards the Mac rooms.
The Mac rooms. Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
But no, I understand.
Sorry for ranting, bros.
No, like I said, this is exactly what we want. We want the genuine, honest opinions, especially on this kind of thing. It's very important.
And conversational is nice, I'd say. It's nice to just be able to chop it up and not be super formal.
Yeah, despite how we're dressed, this is really just. We'll get into it later.
You guys look good.
We're dressed like this for an amazing reason.
I suppose.
We'll get to that at the end.
Yeah, we'll get into that at the end.
Yeah,
you guys look great.
Thank you.
Is it wrong? I want to actually play those like shitty pull the rope to save the king games.
Some Japanese company made it. It's called like, hey, so you've seen those games, right? Do you want to play those games? Well, here you are. They just made all those shitty fake games into a real minigame collection.
Oh, sick. Real game.
It's Japanese, so you know it's good.
Yeah, you can shit it out with Claude, and
there's like
all the Claude in a week now. It's a day.
Mm-hmm. I think there's like the gnawing novelty, in the back of your mind makes you want to play those trailer games. Like, God, what if though? But not really.
They're brainstem games, bro.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's why they work. Is like, it's not about meaning or the pursuit of overcoming something.
Yeah, or impact. It's just
pure pleasure. Pure
reptilian feed, consume. Yeah,
right. It is what it is, man.
It is what it is. We should move on before we all start sounding like David Foster Wallace.
With Shrimp Game though.
Hey, I just finished Infinite Jest last year, so you can.
Is that going to have any impact on the story of Shrimp Game?
It will on my next title.
Will there be any Haruki Murakami influences on Shrimp Game?
I do love some Murakami.
I still need to read. He did Norwegian Wood, right?
Yes,
I need to read some Murakami.
That hack John Lennon plagiarized him.
I suppose, actually, I do like to ask. I should have asked this earlier on when we were talking about your influences. But outside of the world of games, like what do you bring to your games, rather, if that makes sense?
Yes.
I don't know, dude. I used to LARP little games as a kid where I was really interested in what people would choose when given a choice to define them. I think that's the coolest part of games about me is that personal expression.
Yeah, this is tracking.
Yeah, like I would sit in my room and create pre-built Pokemon decks with themes, and the types and everything that no one would play because, I wouldn't subject my friends to it, but just like imagining like what type of player are you? Like what does Bulbasaur say about Sam? Or whatever.
The storytelling there, yeah.
Right. Like I think that's really cool. Like I'm not into astrology necessarily, but I am into psychology, and there are things like psychometrics and ways to basically put people into emotional and cerebral caste systems, which is like sometimes dehumanizing and kind of overly autistic, but you can censor that out. But like
it's all good.
It doesn't always conform to life, but that's always appealed to me. Like I remember when I was a kid, Sobe water was popular. You guys remember Sobe with
the gecko on it or whatever?
Yeah, and like I think they did some campaign where they had elements where like it was like
Sobe defines you.
yeah,
choose
exactly.
your Sobe.
And I was like, I was like probably 7 or something. I was like, you know what Sobe defines me?
Yeah.
They have a point. Like I'm feeling wind today.
I am white Sobe. Yeah.
Yeah. Or I mean, you guys fuck with Bionicles, I'm sure. Like,
oh god,
like, a long time ago.
There we go.
Yeah, it's like okay, like green one's my main, but I'm kind of feeling white today.
Kind of feeling snow guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I always thought that was super cool seeing what made people tick, but giving people a choice and letting them play out. I'm really interested in people.
Yeah.
And so
it's like Enneagrams and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
What's that?
Personality tests.
Yeah.
Personality. Is that the Myers-Briggs thing?
I think.
Yeah, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Adjacent.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's like the type.
Type, yeah. If you're like
okay.
Type A. Yeah.
If you're ISTP, you will pick the dark shrimp.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll see. Yeah. Yes. We shall see when the game comes out. Yeah.
Yes, like giving players a choice. First layer of choice friction. Do you want to be bumpsy? Do you want to be shrimpy? Do you want to be zippy? Okay, you're more of a zippy guy. Okay, what element do you want to be? It's like pick your flavor, pick your topping, and pick your whipped cream. Like I think that's cool, and it gives people something to chew on. It gives people something to master, and also like less is more. Like I only have 6 elements in the game, and I tried to make them distinct. tried to give them all like a dopaminergic ability, like this one make big rock come out of the ground.
Yeah.
That kind of, or like, this one gets enemies in a, whatever. Like, yeah, exactly. So it gives me more control, gives me more focus. And oftentimes I'll premeditate on those decisions, like what classes are there going to be, what, and then what abilities will, it's like I work top down, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of developers do the same thing. Like, okay, I really want a system with elemental fusions. How can I justify that? You know what I mean?
I suppose 910. I don't want to completely leave you out of this interview. You mentioned earlier that Gas saw you playing his game on your stream.
Yeah.
How did you get kind of word of Shrimp Game? How did that kind of come into your periphery?
So, like I vaguely mentioned and briefly mentioned, and also kind of side mentioned a little bit. I'm a voice actor for the VGAs, so it's kind of like my obligation to watch the VGAs. So back like a couple years back, I want to say 2023, 24, no, 24, 25, one of those years. It was either it was definitely 2 years ago. I saw the trailer for Shrimp Game, and I was like, "Oh my god, this game's great, fantastic, amazing!" And that just kind of like stayed in my mind. Like I downloaded the playtest demo when it became available, and I played through it and stuff like that. I was like, "Oh, this is great."
Actually, I think that was the one that we watched. I remember you saying this game is the best one. Sorry, every other game.
Yeah. Sorry, other like Aggie devs. Like, but go fuck yourselves. Shrimp Game wins.
That's sweet.
But
But
you heard it here first.
you don't have to say that. There's plenty of other good games.
No, there definitely were. I think I played every single game on the Aggie showcase from the VGAs. That is. But when I was like gathering games for my stream, my Aggie showcase stream, you were actually like one of the first people I reached out to in regards to like getting a key so I can play it, or like just so I can like show it off, because I really wanted to show off Shrimp Game. I wanted to be one of the first people to like show off your game, and that's kind of just like how it went. Sorry, I'm a little frazzled right now.
No, sorry, just like bombarding with a question out of nowhere.
No, it's fine.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, 910 is an entertaining streamer, and he played a bunch of other games and gave good feedback. And I think Shrimp Game may have been one of the only multiplayer games at the time, so that's like a natural, hype moment to get his Twitch chat involved and all that stuff.
Yeah, very good. So you're voicing the announcer? Or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
I'm voicing the announcer and another special secret character.
Ooh, intriguing.
Which is also pretty much an announcer.
Yeah, I'll spoil. It's a Simon Says mini game.
Okay.
He voices.
Yes.
He goes incorrect, or try again.
I think like your voice acting cues, like you sent to me to do it, was like, hey, you ever played Dark Souls? You know those like big giant like wooden blocks people throw in on multiplayer to like call other people's slurs and things.
Say some weird
try to be like that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm like
super breathy.
Yeah.
So like I went through like I my first like attempt was like, okay, God of the Ocean. What does like a big deity sound like? Okay, let me look up Poseidon from God of War 3. And I tried doing like Poseidon voice and then like a deep voice, and then he's like, just go for the sound rocks. Is like, fucking I can't even like think of the text. Is like, very good.
Yeah,
And shit like that. Like, try again. Or like, try again. And shit like that. It sounded like the fucking giant rockheads from Rick and Morty.
Yeah. Show me what you got. Yeah, okay.
Show me your shrimp.
Yeah, I see.
That's right. Yeah, he did a good job, and yeah, he's going to do the Halo-esque.
Yeah, I was going to say, on the
Quake-esque.
topic of announcers, do you have a best of all time? Who's the goated?
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot of Tribes and Halo back in the day.
Tribes. Wow, nice.
Yeah, I'm biased. Yeah,
I'm impartial to the announcer from fucking Unreal Tournament, being honest.
Yeah, Unreal, of course. Yeah, how did I forget?
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's either that or Quake is where a lot of that stuff comes from.
Yeah.
Maybe it is just all Unreal,
I could imagine. Very good.
It's Uncrill.
Uncrill tournament. Yeah. All right. Well, Nick, any other questions? Oh my god, I just saw the AI generated shrimp picture.
The Unreal.
Yeah, the Unreal one.
Yeah.
Very
Nick's building a tally of why he should never have me on his show again.
If you make a game, you can come on for 3 hours straight. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real, bros. A lot of the design decisions for the shrimp game were a result of my limited imagination. Because like basically, I knew what I wanted to die, what hills I wanted to die on, and then I'm like, like for everything else, like I'm not gonna do something super eclectic for something like the announcer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it has to ape a game like Unreal Tournament or Halo, it's like, well, fine, but at least he's saying krill yourself instead of triple krill. You know, what I mean?
It's homage.
It's an homage, right?
Exactly.
They work with
He's just like Tarantino.
Now, you guys might not have any more questions for us, but I got a question for you guys. If you guys had a single game you wanted to see be made in like the near future, what would it be?
A single game.
A single game?
Like game design, game idea.
Oh, a game idea. Oh man.
Probably the Madoff Suit Project official tie-in RPG, I would say. That'd be what I want to play, or what I want to get made.
That's very good, Nick. That's a very good segue. I was about to start going pie in the sky. Well, I have all these ideas.
You ever play Crimson Desert?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Imagine that, but even less story.
Have you guys played Crimson Desert? Is it good?
I have played Crimson Desert. No, I'm not a big fan. There are things that it does like a sense of scale and exploration is very can be compelling, but it feels like such a soulless amalgamation of mechanics. And I can't care about any of the characters. It certainly rewards creativity. I'll give its flowers there. As player expression, if that's important to you, that's a game that you could probably spend a lot of time in. Just getting into the weeds of that, but overall, I can't recommend it. Just because I found it didn't stick with me, amongst other things. But I don't want to go on a whole tirade about Crimson Desert right now, and that also tank our viewership. If someone hears me disparaging Crimson Desert online, they'll just,
it's fine.
Say these guys have poor taste.
I'm always doing. I put that clip we put out with me talking about how fucking Zero Parade sucked. It's one of our biggest view getters somehow. We got a random guy talking about how he's like, it's good that Disco Elysium lost that commie liar who stole credit. It's like, what are you talking about, man? Anyways, yeah, the Bernie Madoff RPG tie into our Kickstarter would be the game I would like to be made.
Is it like a Yick-like, or is it like...
Man, you even looked at my fucking Kickstarter.
Yeah, you gotta give me the scoop
8 times.
You gotta give me the scoop on the Yick thing. After
Yick?
hours.
Oh,
after
I love Yick.
Don't get him going.
I love Yick. That's not ironic. That's not a joke.
It's true.
I was the first person to cosplay the handsome crow from Yick. I.V. when it's announced. That's how I got in contact with the Yick brothers.
Mm-hmm. The brothers Yick themselves, the
brothers Yick.
Yes, sent it to heaven at that point. Basically, everything since then has just been gravy.
Yeah, Nick peaked at that moment.
Yeah,
I would like to jerk myself off in a philosophical sense. I am one of 12 people to have ever actually played Yick, so
you haven't even finished it.
Don't worry about that.
All right. We're getting off topic here, fellas.
Yeah.
This guy thought he was annoying me before.
Take it back. Don't criticize Nick's Yick. He became deathly serious for a moment.
I just always assume tongue in cheek, but
no,
more power to you.
100%. Very, very genuine. Yeah,
tongue in cheek. Yowzers.
Yeah. Well, actually, you read books, you read novels, you read David Foster Wallace. You would actually probably like Y2K. Or
Maybe
Yick,
so.
whatever.
My best friends are still telling me to play Disco Elysium, so
you should.
Yes, you should.
Do
bucket
that.
list. Yeah. That's one thing. I don't know how many other devs say this, but yeah, man, making game kind of preclude playing game.
That's kind of my
what they all say.
Question after the game talk.
I just have to lock in. Like any moment that's not being put in my game, not going to make it. There's a set of behaviors you have to get started. I think partially is just being totally delusional. Delusions of grandeur. You have to have it.
Don Quixote style. Yeah.
Yes.
Takes you far.
This will work. People will see that this works. They'll all see. Just wait, and then and then
they all see
insane discipline. insane discipline, man. Like
Discipline.
discipline, where the obsession phase wears off, and then the motivation phase wears off eventually too, and then you're only stuck with discipline.
Yeah.
And if you don't have
That's
it,
fair.
you're not going to finish a game.
You just got the taste of blood in your mouth as you're programming this stuff.
Yep.
Sheer grits. Wow.
Oh man,
See,
I mean, there's no better feeling than being obsessed with a creative endeavor at the beginning.
oh yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Oh
great.
yeah.
It's so good.
I understand that, yeah.
Then it goes away, and then
It
it
goes
becomes,
away, yeah.
it's like, and then what set of behaviors have you established during your obsession phase that
Mhm.
you can just like kind of coast on? And then,
Yeah.
and then people are like, how do you do this every day? It's like, well,
I just
don't
made
know,
sure I
bro.
finished shit when I was really
Yeah.
into it, yeah.
Like ask my 23-year-old self.
Mhm.
Like now I'm married. Now I like just
Now it's all over, man.
yeah. Like
No,
I
I do not share that sentiment about marriage. Jesus Christ. I hate that shit, frankly.
Yeah, I just mean your creative peak. Maybe there is something to your creative peak happening when you're young,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Oh, yeah,
then eventually
I
you're just like, I don't know, let's have 910 do it. He seems like he wants money.
I like the $20 you give me.
Every
Oh,
now
yeah.
and then.
Your name in the credits too.
Slide
don't
him in
worry.
stream, yeah.
That's all
I
that
can buy
matters.
like 2 Taco Bell cheesy bean and rice burritos, and it's really nice.
Very good.
There you go.
All right. Well, we've spoken about the design philosophy of your game. I suppose, Gas, if you were to distill it, what do you want players to walk away with, whether it's a feeling or however you interpret the question, after playing Shrimp Game Krill Confirmed? Or I suppose the greater release that it's ramping
The Shrimp
towards.
Game,
proper.
now officially called Shrimp Game over Krill.
Mhm.
Yes, the official product.
The official product. I want them to say that was a good time. Maybe I'll show my friends this, and if not, maybe I've already played this with my friends. This was a good use of a few hours, maybe 5, maybe 6, maybe 3. I don't feel like returning the game. I'm going to flip a coin, and if it lands on heads, maybe I'll leave a good review too. I'm happy that someone made this. The number one thing that I hear on the reviews is like, I thought this was a meme, but it's actually good.
Mm.
So
Mhm,
that's
mhm.
good. I kind of alluded to it at the beginning, but I didn't actually make the game about shrimp to be cynical and to like milk some meme money. Like I didn't actually do that. I just think I personally think it's funny and cute that they're shrimp.
I think that's great. I think that's a great
Yeah,
reasoning behind it. And
that is
earnestness is,
Yeah,
so
like,
much
shrimp-
better than ironic
funny.
shrimp. Yeah.
No, and there's tons of mech games out there that would totally mog shrimp game. Like if it was just a 1-for-1, mech game, like no, it'd be boring. It's like, yeah, I played this before. Even if it is underwater, it's like, it's like, but it adds a little bit of spice, and that goes to what I'm saying about I want players to envision themselves as a shrimp and say, okay, what would I do if I was a shrimp? Well, I guess I would pick fire and
It'd be a zippy force type shrimp. Yes.
oh my god, bros, I totally forgot. Have you guys seen the old ancient pick your shrimp fighter meme? I'm sure 910 knows what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, I know what you're talking
meme from
about.
a billion years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
I
there
kind
a
of
way
assume
you
that's
can
where
pull
this
that up?
came from.
Yes, dude. I've totally forgot to mention that.
I love this.
Maybe.
I'm unfamiliar here. Pick your shrimp.
If you guys make clips, just make this the clip.
All right.
If we make clips, come on. We don't have a choice anymore.
It's true.
That's right.
Where's this shit?
Let's see. Is it this one with Richter Mortis and Samantha, Zippy Smalls,
Yes,
Donnie the
yes.
Dome Richardson?
Hey, Bumpsy's there too. He made it to the actual game.
Wow. Notorious
So-
ZIP, Big
Yeah.
Crimson,
Mhm.
One Shot Johnny.
So the game, at least a third of the game stems from this meme of choose your fighter, and it's a list of shrimp with various stats, and
Mm-hmm.
they're all very elaborate looking, and so Rock Out Randall, already said One Shot Johnny, who's all offense.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the funniest one.
Zippy
Glass
Smalls,
cannons.
Glass
Yeah.
Cannon, Zippy Small, and my favorite is Donnie the Dome Richardson. That's good.
Domes.
Or Bumpsy, who's just a floating zeppelin. You
Never
can't
doubt
really
the
kill him.
dome.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I remember someone made this a little web game, and it was kind of crude. It's like, no, man, this
There's
needs to be its own
gold
game.
here. Wow.
There's gold here, bros.
I love
So
that.
this has to be from
That's
like
actually great.
2015.
Yeah.
this is an old ass meme.
Hell yeah, man.
And so it's like, okay, what you want to play the ultra special high IQ shrimp with no normal offense? Go for it. Like one of my favorite shrimp
dies
games
in 1 second.
Yes, like Rock, the One Shot Johnny, or my favorite builds are kind of bumpsy builds. Bumpsy builds in shrimp game are high melee damage, but this one's more so like all defense, all speed. You're just a floating balloon and with no offense. So you just kind of observe things, and you can't really die, but you can't even really kill anything unless you get lucky.
Led Zeppelin, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah, anyway, so I want people to come away being like, yep, I maximized my Zaggy to the maximum potential that round. Or
I recreated One Shot Johnny in Shrimp Game. This is what happened.
Yeah, this
a 2-second long clip video. Of someone dying instantly.
Yes, like I spec'd my X plus tier shrimp with the JoJo-esque stat wheel. You guys know what I'm talking about? The pentagram,
adaptability, whatever.
Like
hell yeah.
And this is a shrimp, and also the OST is awesome. Like all of them are original songs, maybe except for 2, but those were made originally. Like you get what I'm saying? Like it's like let's maximize this meme vision. Sometimes you just have a vision, and it comes to you in a dream.
And then you realize it with your game.
Don't let your memes be dreams, they say.
Incredible.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And as far as a release date goes, do you have a window in mind or a specific date?
No specific date right now, but late July, early August of this year.
Nice. Coming up, very soon. Get your hands on it.
Bros.
Yeah. Crack this shrimp open and slurp them down.
Yeah, I'll give you guys keys. Oh,
appreciate you, homie.
Yes, why not?
But we also, I like buying the games that are just, I like supporting it that way.
That's fine. We'll buy the game, and then we'll give the key to someone else.
We'll be like, we have a close
personal. Yeah, we have contact with the shrimp game developer. If you like this and tell us your favorite shrimp from this little meme chart, we'll give you a key, maybe. And then we don't give anyone the key. Cut that part
out. don't reveal it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. And if there was a off stream, someone's pissing. It sounds like 910's pissing.
No, someone's frying chicken in the background. Actually,
that's the water cooler directly behind me. Don't worry about that.
Okay. Well,
I'm pissing in his water cooler.
If there's a price you guys recommend me sell it for, feel free to DM me, because the Krill Confirmed has about 2/5 of the total content that will be in there.
$39.95.
Bucket 80. It's like Cruelty Squad's.
Well, there you go.
Why not?
Cruelty Squad sequel was like, he sold it for like $40 or something, and it wasn't even finished.
No, that's funny. The Psycho Patrol R, right?
Yeah, he's like, I can't believe you bought this, but
power of IP, baby.
Yeah, there you go. $40. That's the starting price. You heard it here first.
$80.
Yeah. Let's see, Sam. Why are we wearing these suits
in
the middle of the damn summer? Oh, you asked me then. Pretend I didn't say
Oh, Nick, I can't help but notice you're wearing such a fantastic suit. What's the occasion?
You think this is fantastic? Imagine if we had the suits that were worn by world-renowned scam artist and famously deceased subhuman Bernie Madoff. That'd be even better. If only there was a way. Oh, wait, there is.
Oh, shit.
A way for us to get them. Yes, our Kickstarter. We're trying to buy Bernie Madoff's clothes and film a movie about it. I sent the link to 910. I told him to preview it before the episode. Isn't that right, Nines?
Yes, you did. I watched the entirety of the video, read the Kickstarter, donated $50, and also liked and subscribed.
Oh, shit.
Those last 3 are lies, but the rest I can believe. But yeah, we are collecting pledges to get Bernie Madoff's clothes, film a movie about it, and we're now at the point where, since we surpassed the original goal, we are trying to get some more stretch goals up. The main one, or the big one right now, is if we get to the $3,500 mark, we will make the Bernie Madoff RPG. That was not a joke. Or the Bernie Madoff suit RPG. Yeah. So there's that. Anyways, that's our ad break. Back to what matters.
Ad break. Back to what matters.
Yeah.
You alluded to it at the beginning or earlier, so
yeah,
good segue. No, good. I'm eager.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Get excited. Get hype, as they say online. I've heard people say that. Get hype for us on your episode.
Yeah, shouts out to Shrimp Game.
Shout out to Shrimp Game, of course.
Not the Roblox one.
No.
The real
fuck
Shrimp
that.
Game.
Fuck that. If you play Roblox,
over krill.
Over
your
krill.
computer should explode if you have Roblox installed on it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even on computer.
Oh yeah, your iPad, I guess. Whatever.
Before we move
Your
into
dad's cell
the
phone.
community Q&A, do you have any further words of advice for prospective game devs or artists? Aside
Tell
from,
someone just starting
developing
out.
your discipline and making sure you actually have it out. Anything beyond.
Oh God.
And if not, just give us your least favorite bit of feedback you've ever received about the game.
Yeah, what's the stupidest thing you've been told?
Okay, well, so first question. If Shrimp Game over krill succeeds and people buy it to a good degree, take my advice. But if it doesn't, don't take my advice. Results-oriented thinking. So my advice is just make games that you're going to have fun with your friend. Just, community is important. Friends are important. It's never been easier to make a game. It's going to be, in my opinion, exponentially easier to make a game, for better or worse. Just make little prototypes to play with your friends and see where it goes. That's what I would say to aspiring game developers. But, I'm biased towards multiplayer games. That's what I've always made. So, that's my opinion.
Yeah, that's your values. Yeah, totally.
You want to do single player games? Make little RPG maker games with your friends with the characters and see how they react when you viciously murder them or make them say things that they wouldn't normally. I'm not joking. I'm not joking at all.
Yeah, making them the characters, that's what's up, because they're not going to care. It's like when you're telling someone about your dream, no one cares, but until you say, and you were in it.
It was you, dude.
What happened then?
You were the one I was
the player.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're like, what?
Whoa,
They'll have so much feedback if you put them in your game.
Mm-hmm.
As famous indie developer Bimbo Quest said, hate indie games.
Hate indie games?
He does say that a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the advice is
no, the advice is don't take that.
Yeah. That's the thumbtack kind of mantra right now.
Yeah, put us up already. Okay.
I hope he's all right.
I don't know.
We're always hoping he's all right. Yeah.
He gave me his last pin when I met him, and then I never saw him again.
He gave me a cigarette at MagFest and said, "See you later."
Nice. Do you have any words of advice for anyone trying to break into the industry?
Yeah, for a voice actor
working in it.
For voice acting and stuff like that, or networking and just getting more on a personal level with like the people you want to work with definitely helps out a lot. Consistency. Do always, like, I'm not going to say always do your best. Nobody's ever able to do 100% all the time, but if you're constantly able to deliver at least like 75%, that other 25 can be like made up every now and then. I'm not saying be lazy, but I'm saying like
show up consistently, but know your limits. Yeah, and
do what you can.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. All voice acting I've done personally has been from guests on the show. Anyways, Gas, I gotta DM you after this. I gotta ask you something.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to our community Q&A to close out today's episode. Is it just the one from our
from the One Buns? Very, very topical.
Yes. Well, thanks as always, Buns, for not letting us down, unlike every other community member that has been disgustingly silent for this episode.
Shame them.
Shame on
Especially
you.
Donald.
Yes. You could have asked so many shrimp-related questions or dropped in so many puns, and yet...
Listen, I know that guy is probably sucking down a michelada right now. What's the garnish? A shrimp. It's frankly embarrassing.
SMH, bros.
Mm-hmm. From the dev himself. All right. Well, Buns has two questions. First, she asks, do you usually remove the shrimp's tail before cooking it? Or are you normal? I take umbrage with this question, but I'll let you answer it.
I think Gucci Mane said it best when he said, abnormal. Nothing that I do is normal. So by that logic, I'm not normal. I take that shit off.
Yeah, man. Me too. Me too.
Oh, she was saying that is normal to leave it on, or wait, what is she saying?
Is that what she's asking?
I thought you said that she was insinuating that it's normal to leave it on.
Yeah, isn't it?
I mean, sometimes you can take it off. I take
it off. I take it off.
Wow, that's crazy.
I also devein that shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
deveining's hard. It's poop.
It is. It is.
Yeah, you just don't think about it, eat it anyways.
Is the poop vein present in Shrimp game? Was that going to be a mechanic?
Oh yeah, is that going to be a new
for my
seventh element? Maybe.
If I could change my little avatar to have a shushing emoji right now instead of a drooling emoji, I would.
All right.
Yeah. And 9, what about you? This hot shrimp question. We're all
the hot shrimp take. Do you leave your tail on, or do you take it off?
Eat the shrimp shitter, or
do I eat the shrimp tail, or do I
coward?
take it off before cooking? Is the question.
Yeah.
I usually the only shrimp I really eat is like tempura. That I like cooking tempura shrimp, so you gotta leave it on there. You can't take it off.
There you go.
Do you eat the tail?
Do I eat the tail? Fuck no, that's nasty. It's like cartilage.
Crazy, dude. I eat that shit, man. Are you kidding me?
Me too.
If you coating it better.
So you're taking it off? You're taking it off before cooking and then eating it raw?
Listen, man, I don't give a shit. I eat bones, okay? I'm like a dog. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter.
With tempura, I'll eat that shit.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Anyway, Bud's next question. So what was your favorite forgotten FPS game? Whoever wants to go first.
Forgotten. Oh, man.
You ever heard of a game called Halo 2, guys?
Yeah. Oh, man. I guess 910, you can go first if you have an answer.
Oh, man. We're talking about forgotten shit.
Forgotten.
You want to talk about forgotten games? Fear.
Ooh,
Fear. Oh, that was an interesting
fucking
one. Yeah.
Fear.
Oh, they've been memory hold. Yeah,
Rip
honestly,
Monolith.
gone.
Like I'll straight up say it now. I'm a little bitch when it comes to horror games, but Fear is like one of my favorite like not talked about like FPS games.
What about it? Still sticks with you?
Was
just
it
the
bloody
mechanics,
skeleton,
the mechanics,
slow
of all that
motion,
stuff,
and
like slow motion,
just
shooting,
the fighting. Yeah, the moment to moment is
the graphical fidelity of like from when it came out and stuff like that of how good it looked, especially for like what is essentially like a 360 game. Running on PC, and it's like absolutely fantastic. It's in the same vein of Crisis, where like I can't even run it on my PC now.
My answer, Fear. That's a deep cut. I think less forgotten and more just unfortunately kind of irrelevant. Something that you guys probably played. Time Splitters games.
We were just playing it.
Literally played Time Splitters when he was visiting the other month.
The whole time I was staying at his place, we were playing Time Splitters.
Bro.
Oh, man. With our wives. A wonderful time.
Bite my crunchy brown ass.
The gingerbread man. Yeah, like so many hours playing that with my buddies. And
that's funny. Yeah, and you want to talk about player expression? All the fucking...
issues there. They even had the fucking the needlers in that game. The injector.
The injector.
Yes. I remember, seeing like Duckman or Handyman running towards me, all bloated out. Yeah,
it was horrifying. Actually,
the moose is loose. Those games, so much charm, like really good console FPSs. I don't know if they really hold up for today's standards, but
they do. At least the multiplayer does.
Well, that's good. Yeah, like I remember
you do co-op campaigns in those too. Wonderful.
Bros, that was actually probably my first little taste of game dev. I would just spend hours in the map editor. Yeah. Hours.
Oh, love that.
I'd make my friends play, hours. So
nice.
Shouts out to Time Splitters. Future Perfect and 2 mainly. 1 is okay.
Yeah.
One's
2 and
rough.
Future Perfect are where it's at, frankly.
Yeah.
Nick, do you have a favorite forgotten FPS?
Do I?
Do you? Yeah. Let's all be included on this question as we close out today's episode.
Fuck, man, I don't know. I remember one of the first games I played when I had an emulator was the Resident Evil Outbreak was the FPS one for PlayStation.
Dead Aim?
Ever played that? Was it
Dead
the FPS one? Was that Outbreak or Dead Aim?
No, Outbreak is the multiplayer one. And then
okay. There must have been
There's Resident Evil Survivor.
That game sucked.
Yeah.
That game was horrible. I played it a lot because I had a really shitty family laptop and I could run very specific PlayStation 1 games on it and Cave Story.
Very good. Yeah. When we were talking about forgotten FPS memories, I just had really fond memories of playing the multiplayer of the Jedi Knight and like Jedi Academy games. A lot of Capture the Flag.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Those playing that with my older brother was a blast back.
Were those FPSs?
They had guns, yeah. You could play them as complete FPSs. I mean, lightsabers, obviously.
Jedi Academy?
Jedi Academy had the blasters as well. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. That game was sick.
Jedi Academy is such great games.
Yeah, those
a lot of fond memories there.
Yeah, LucasArts games used to be real deal a lot of times.
Yeah, until Disney. But let's
R.I.P.
Let's not. Yeah.
Well, thank you,
over,
Buns.
bros.
You
It's over, bros.
single-handedly saved the community Q&A session with your
Yes,
two
thank you, Buns.
excellent questions.
All right, Gas, we're closing out with our plugs now. Where can viewers and listeners find Shrimp Game Krill Confirmed?
Yeah. Where you at?
Steampowered.com/app. I don't know. Just look up Shrimp Game on the little search the store, and you'll see Krill Confirmed, and you'll also see Overkrill. Overkrill is the full game that will be released later this summer. Krill Confirmed is the free prelude, which contains about 2/5 of the game's content. Fully multiplayer, fully co-op, PvP, etc.
Get those shrimps in the repo, man. Yeah.
That's right. Make the S tier shrimp.
Yeah. Very good. Nines, where can people...
Also Boing Boing Bros, sorry.
Yeah, go play.
Oh, yeah. Go on Newgrounds and play Boing Boing Bros. That game's fucking crazy.
That's right.
All right. 910, where can people find you?
If you wanna reach out to me for like voice acting stuff, you can reach me on Twitter, x.com/910, like just straight up 910, like NINETEN. Or if you want to watch the streams, I'm going to be doing a lot of indie games and stuff like that relatively soon, including Shrimp Game Part 2.
Hell yeah.
On twitch.tv/9NINE_10TEN.
As always, we'll leave our information in the links below. But we have been Video Ditch. If you stuck around this long, thank you for listening. And as always, we'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Keep on gaming in the free world. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a real pleasure.
Sayonara.
Thank you, bros.
Yeah, thank you.